If you want to be competitive in today's era of swimming, you have to at least have these three characteristics I believe that Adam Peaty has that separates him from the pack. Let's look at it. Breaststroke is not the same that it used to be 10 years ago. I'm talking both about sprinting breaststroke, but also the 200s. It used to be known as this amazingly long and beautiful stroke that requires exceptional timing between the arms and the legs. And then Adam Peaty showed up and completely changed the game. And in this video, we're gonna look at what makes Adam Peaty so superior. The three characteristics that I think really separate him. Let's look at it. Peaty is arguably unstoppable in the 100-meter breaststroke long course currently. Now, comment below if you think that there's going to be a contender in Tokyo 21. If so, who and why? My name is Dennis Ekmati, your performance coach and sports scientist, bringing you guys all this content. And I was a silver medalist in the 50-meter breaststroke in the Swedish National Championships way back when. And the times that are being posted today would be nowhere near what I did way back. So the evolution is real. If you want to be competitive in today's era of swimming, you have to at least have these three characteristics I believe that Adam Peaty has that separates him from the pack. Let's look at it. Number one, his power output. This is his combination of strength, but also how we can transfer that and use that into his power. Now, we know that Adam Peaty has grown, so that comes from cross-sectional area growth of his muscle fibers. That then is going to give him more opportunity and more room to develop and produce power. Now, the main thing here is that he does this without limiting range of motion. And the question then becomes that we try to talk about here towards the end is, how much stronger does he need to get? Number two, power endurance. Not only is he able to produce a lot of power, but he's able to reproduce it for 56 seconds long course. He takes a total of 43 strokes when he broke the world record when he went a 56.8, which is crazy. But what is highly noticeable here is that he maintains his tempo essentially from his first three strokes to the absolute last three strokes. Normally, we typically strategize within this race. Typically, we go a little longer, a little smoother, and we pick up the tempo towards the end. But Adam has this incredible stamina, the power endurance to start from the get-go and maintain it throughout the race. And that truly separates him from the pack. Some ways that he actually works on this, and I got a little insight from their race analysis guy, Oliver Logan from the British Swimming Federation. And he told me that he does a lot of interval work, actually 30 seconds on in circuit styles, obviously when he's not developing power output. So keep that in mind that Adam does a lot of circuit style lifts where he works for 30 seconds straight before he rotates through. Number three, his mental game. This guy is a beast, an animal, a lion if you will, right? Can anyone come up and contest with this guy? Because the way he's training and the way his mental game is out there and the way he's portraying it obviously in social media, but also now has a family. He has a little young boy, and I'm a firm believer that if you have a steady family and you have a good steadfast ground or solid grounding with your feet now that he has with the family, that even helps him excel, that helps him with the beautiful support system as long as the relationships are healthy and it sustains that, because we know that if the personal life shakes things up, sometimes performance shakes things up. So let's hope that everything is well here. And I again want to hear from you. Is anyone going to be able to contend with Peaty? But also here, now let's look at some movements that he actually does. We know that he does squats. In his YouTube videos and interviews, he has said that before Rio, he was squatting 110 kilos, and 2 years after that, he was up at 150 kilos. And he's asking himself, is it worth getting up to 160 kilos? Will we be risking risk of injury? Well, that's a very firm and valid question. We will if the technique is compensated, and you will get slower if your velocity at sub-maximal weights are being compensated. So as long as you are lifting sub-maximal weights, we're talking 60, 70, and 80% of your maxes at any given time, and you are developing the speed of those, there's no reason for you to get slower as long as your range of motion stays the same. Bench press. A lot of coaches actually tells swimmers to eliminate the bench press. It's not really relevant to swimming. I tend to not eliminate any movements. I like to look at it in terms of context. What stimulus are we getting out of it? And in Adam's own words, the world record holder in the breaststroke right now, right? He says that it is an extra 30% of his stroke. So why would we then neglect this for swimmers, especially if they are feeling the difference? Now, there might be some swimmers that doesn't feel the validation of doing bench press, and I get that, right? But there are ways that we can use it, and there is ways that we can do the bench press. Are there other variations that we can do? Absolutely. But Adam loves the bench press, and he will always be doing the bench press. Chin-ups or pull-ups. He does this, and it's no different from any other swimmers. The only thing I want to say here is, if you're a female, if you're watching this, or if you're a coach coaching females, make them fall in love with push-ups and pull-ups. Body weight strength is something that females tend to shy away from and run away a little quicker than boys. So if we can just keep swimmers continuing to do chin-ups and pull-ups and developing both maximal repetitions and also maximal strength once we are ready for it, it's exceptionally good and healthy for swimming, and especially breaststroke. The one movement though that might separate Adam from the pack here is his clap press up or the clap push up, and he does this by elevating his feet as well. And you can tell in the videos that he's posting here and there, snippets, how much height and elevation he gets. And if we can do this, this is probably the most powerful body weight movement that we can do that is really relevant to total body power and also a little bit of more breaststroke, because we are pressing. That's one stroke that we are doing a little bit more pressing and using our pecs more than the other strokes. And Adam truly is doing this well. And if you're able to do it, but without getting injured. That's the main point, because when the higher we go here, the faster we come down to the ground and the more we actually have to absorb the force, not only from the shoulders, but also from the hips and the lower back. So be really careful if you try any of these. Remember that Adam Peaty is a mental monster. He pushes himself to extreme lengths, and I think that that's what you need to have. You need to have the power output, the power endurance, and the mental game if you want to contend with Adam Peaty. If you like this video, tell a friend about it. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. We actually were there before we had to reset our YouTube channel, but it's okay. You are helping us grow. And as we reach that 1,000 mark, we will be giving away a free Swim Strength t-shirt, Swim Strength cap, and also 1 free month on our database. So what you have to do now is comment below, subscribe to our channel. What does Adam Peaty do so well? Or who is going to contend with him in Tokyo 2021? I want to hear from you, and I'll see you next week.